Can you believe that it's almost the end of spring and we only have a month left before it's summer? I'm definitely excited.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
The baby chicks on the property are growing so quickly, and the geese have finally been contained in our yard. They're such a beautiful sight to see every day when we go outside, of course, along with all of our beautiful animals too. My seedlings are growing well. I have asparagus, tomatoes, lots of beans, and lots of other veggies finally coming up. My sourdough experiments continue, and although the first one ended up as dog food and chicken food, I'm going to continue practicing, and today I made huge improvements. I can't wait to show you later on.
Come on, jump over. Run up.
We have had lots of harvests of eggs, garlic scapes, radishes, and broccolinis. Today I'm going to be making some friands, and I'm improvising by putting some blueberries into them instead of strawberries, and I'll also be making some sourdough bread as I'm doing this. I like to do a few things at the same time, especially because I already feel tied down to the kitchen when I'm baking sourdough. The recipe I'm following is from a Woman's Day book that my dad had a long time ago, one that I claimed for myself when I moved out. Every single thing that I've baked from this book has been absolutely delicious and has come out perfectly. I'll make sure to include the recipe down in the description, and you can always find anything else that we talk about or might link down there. You might notice me making my own almond meal, and you can also powder sugar from just normal caster sugar by putting it through a blender. Some of the tricks you learn as you start to bake more and more. It's crazy what a difference just another week of the sourdough starter can make to how well it rises. I've really noticed this being the key to a successful dough. The first week that I tried to make my dough when the starter was only a week old, it did not work at all. And this time, 2 weeks old, you're about to see the difference. Sam and I have just started a new Patreon page, and I'm going to post a video of how I feed my sourdough starter and some of the tricks and tips that I figured out along the way since starting it a few weeks ago. I hope that this helps you to become a better sourdough baker, and I really hope that you find value from the tips that I share on our Patreon. That looks so much better than last time. I will leave a link to our Patreon page in the description box below, along with any other resources as I mentioned earlier. So I hope you'll go and check out our Patreon page and become a member if you're interested in getting some exclusive behind the scenes content, some different learning videos and documents not on YouTube, and also to support us in creating better content for you to enjoy about homesteading and gardening. Now I know what you're thinking. This looks messy, and it was. But the way that the dough held together this time was exceptional compared to the last. This is Josh Wiseman's recipe and method for making sourdough, and honestly, I quite enjoy it. Wow, that was sticky. That was a whole new level of sticky. My sourdough is now going to begin its bulk ferment, and I'm going to do something called a stretch and fold in intervals until it's ready to be shaped this evening, and then rest overnight to bake tomorrow. In between stretch and folds, of course, I'm continuing to finish off my Friands and, of course, doing any gardening or chores that haven't been done yet. The weather continues to be quite bizarre and unpredictable around here. Between sunny days one day and then rainy days the next, we can't keep up, and at times neither can the grass. Luckily, we have lots of animals to help us keep it down, but even Sam had to get out there and whip a snip this week. It's amazing what just a few warm days can do to the seedlings, with new ones popping up each day and also new things to harvest very soon. I'm getting really excited for the blueberries we'll soon have to eat. Hey buddy, hey buddy, you're so handsome. Lovely. Can't remember how I did this the first time. So good. Nice. See my loaf? Can't open it yet, it's still warm. The loaves came out amazing, and the next day was podcast recording day, and I couldn't wait for Robyn to try it with our pumpkin soup. My favourite thing about having a fellow gardener in my own garden is just seeing it in a whole new light.
I know, I am so excited, like I can't stop asking you questions about the garden and what you're growing, because I'm not growing a lot of these things, and it kind of, I forget about, all the other different types of veggies. There's so many.
Yeah, but see, to me, feels like nothing's growing and nothing's really happening. Like it is now starting to warm up and starting to get somewhere, but sometimes I look at it and I'm like, nothing's happening.
But you never really notice the progress yourself because you see it literally every day.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
Since last time, so much has grown.
Yeah, that radish.
Yep.
I almost pulled out this plant thinking it was a weed, and I'm so glad I didn't, because this is the Nigella that looked so beautiful like a snowflake last year. I planted some peas here with you guys last week and potatoes, and beans. Most of them have come up, which is awesome, so we can have lots of dried beans. There's garlic in the back, radish, which is hopefully fixing up the soil in there. Chickpeas aren't doing too much. And crazy nasturtiums. Do you think I have enough flowers to make a syrup?
Yeah, I think so. I used to make nasturtium jelly, which is the most delicious syrup to have on like pancakes. Mm-hmm. And you kind of just need depending on how much you want to make, a jar about like that big or so. And I think you just stuff it full. I have to check my recipe again, and then it's just sugar and water, and I think some kind of jelly or pectin to thicken it up. And lemon as well. It creates such a cool colour. It's like bright pink.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
If the flower wasn't beautiful enough, the jelly will be even more pretty. What did you say if you don't have pectin or gelatin, what's another thing that you can use? Because I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so I think there's natural pectin in a lot of fruits. So the seeds of citrus they have pectin in them, and I think some of like the piths of it as well. There's lots of natural ways to have that kind of jelly consistency in the garden.
So cool. And what a coincidence that the nasturtiums are growing right next to the lemons.
Exactly. A recipe right here.
Yeah.
It actually goes like a purple colour.
Cool.
When you put the lemon in.
The like acid reacting with...
it's really cool. Yeah, like a bluey purple.
I can't wait. I'm going to make them, and I'll leave Robyn's recipe for her nasturtium jelly in the description of this video as well, so you guys can go check it out. These lemons are definitely past their prime. My bad. Woohoo! So Robyn and I just got done recording 2 more podcast episodes for Earthly Roots. We talked about the business side of YouTube. We also talked about chickens. I literally talked about chickens for an hour. It was the best thing ever. Probably talked your ear off, but hopefully you look forward to listening to those podcasts as they come out. They probably won't be out for a little while. Oh wow, this Hakia. Oh. No, that's not Hakia. What is this? It's so pretty. How magical. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Buzzing with bees. But yes, go check out Earthly Roots podcast. We have some really great conversations. It's a really good place to get to know us more, but also delve into topics more. I've really loved having the podcast. It's been a great way to connect together, but also share each other's perspectives and just ask lots of questions. Little wild cosmos flowers coming up everywhere. That's the dream. Wild flowers. My garden feels like a bit of a mess at the moment, but what can you do? So you might be noticing Robyn walking around the garden, taking footage. She's actually doing a bit of a garden video, a little tour with me around my garden this morning that she'll include in her video, which will be really lovely. I'm just kind of sharing probably more than she expected, which is a bit of fun. You guys know I love talking. But it's just so pleasant to be able to walk around the garden, see what's really doing well, and just share that with someone else, as I mentioned earlier. Especially after the rains, it's nice and warm, but it's still nice and cool too, and it's the perfect temperature to be outside. A little Ty on the bench with me. You're getting so big. Hey? You're getting so big. This is the perfect little area to sit and listen and watch the bees. I'm eventually going to have flowers all around in the pots over there. Also, hopefully behind me, in front of me, so that the bees have plenty of places to explore and plenty of nectar for rainy days. At least it'll be nice and close and they can feel safe to actually venture out. These wattle trees and all the natives around are really fantastic for the bees as well, because they create flowers at different points of the year than our normal flower plants, and so the bees absolutely love getting to them. I love seeing at the moment all of the little pollen bags as they come in. I've been meaning to get into my bees for quite a while now, but it's been so rainy and I don't want to disturb them or their seal. But those beehives are getting so heavy and full of honey. I think it's going to definitely be an amazing surprise once I finally get into them. Just go forever with the puns. If you planted some of the seedlings that we gave away in our giveaway, they should hopefully be coming up at the moment, which will be a lot of spring colours soon. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So we're just walking past the sheep, heading into the food forest. I'm going to give Robyn a few cuttings from some of the plants that she likes. I think specifically you want some saltbush, don't you?
That, yeah.
Yeah,
it'll
which
grow really well around us, I think.
And it looks so beautiful. Like the colour difference to other plants is stunning.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the season or if it's the wildlife, but a lot of the plants in the native food forest have had a lot of damage, a lot of nibbles and leaves eaten off. So hopefully they bounce back now that spring and summer is coming and we don't lose any. Like this one, which is the currant, is literally just picked apart. There's no leaves left. The sheep continue to get out. Luckily, the boys are easier to get in. I don't have food, mate. Sorry. No, you guys just can't come out when you want food. We've been moving the bus up further closer to the house because we're about to start doing some serious work on it. Sam experimented with trying to seal the window with the method that he's hoping to use, and it worked pretty well from what we saw. So we're going to go ahead with that. We also talked to our engineer and got the go-ahead to do our water tanks, our plumbing, our electrical, and begin the build with like the insulation and the flooring and stuff. So stick around because I know a lot of you guys are really excited for the bus conversion, and so are we. It's just been like a stepping stone that we've had to go across. So yeah, stick around, more bus stuff to come.